friends, it's Cheryl from the Lifestyle Digs, and thank you for stopping by today. I am starting a new feature on my vlog, and I will do it on the last day of each month. So today is June 30th, and basically this will just be a roundup of what I've been up to and where in the world am I. Now, June has been a very busy month for me, busier than normal. And as you know, I am homeless and I am low income. So when you have these things, you don't want to move around a whole lot because the more you move, the more money it costs you. So basically, keep my costs down by house sitting. But I'm not always house sitting, so sometimes I'm in between house sits, so I have to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb. And sometimes I take a little vacation. Like this past month, I bought a Eurail pass and I took some trains around Europe. But let's start where I was at the beginning of June. I was house sitting, or I was finishing up a house sit in the south of England in a town called Lee on the Solent. And I was staying in a house about 2 blocks from the beach. So beautiful seaside walks, multiple walks every day. Now it was quite cold in early June. It rained a few times, but mostly it was just a very cold wind and overcast. Now, as you can see today, I am wearing a hood, my little hoodie here. So obviously I'm somewhere where it is still cold. So you can probably quite rightly assume I'm somewhere in the United Kingdom. So after about a week into June, I took my Eurail pass. Now I bought a Eurail pass in Canadian dollars. It was around $750. And I bought a 15-day flexi pass that I can use 15 days anytime in a 2-month period. And I got the app, the Eurail app, downloaded on my phone rather than have a paper pass that the conductor in the train would, put a hole punch through for each day. So I started off traveling from London to Brussels, Belgium. Now, I've never been to Belgium before, so this was great. Brussels is a place that's well known for chocolate. And of course, I'm a chocoholic. I love staying there. I spent 2 nights in a hotel that was pretty close to the Grand Place, the big tourist area around Belgium. Had to take a little break there. One of the dogs that I'm taking care of right now was walking around and little toenails click, 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 click on the hardwood floors. So in Brussels, I was able to do a tour of the chocolate museum. It was okay. I learned a lot about the chocolate making process, but I thought it was a little high priced for what it was. Now, Brussels has lots of chocolate shops, dozens, probably more chocolate shops than I ever even know about. And I walked into every chocolate shop I saw. Sometimes they give out free samples, but most of the time there was not free samples. But I did buy a few things. My next plan was to take a train from Brussels to Berlin, and the train would be in Berlin. I would be in Berlin for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I would take a train from Berlin to Zurich, where I had 2 nights booked in an Airbnb. So I get myself to the train station early on the Saturday morning, and I'm sitting here waiting for the platform to be announced. And about an hour before the train is scheduled to leave, it is canceled. Why it's canceled, I don't know, but I came to find out that trains that are going through Germany or to and from Germany are always delayed, but often canceled. So here I am stuck. What am I going to do? I made a last minute decision to go to Bruges, another city in Belgium that's also known for its chocolate and its beer. I'm not a beer drinker, so not a big draw for me, but the chocolate sure was. So I used my Eurail pass. I did not use my Eurail pass because it was pretty cheap to get a train to Bruges. So I just bought my train ticket and I went to Bruges. I'm on the train. I'm looking for a place to stay, and I booked 2 nights in quite a luxurious hotel. Luxury for me, that is, because there's the thing. I am lucky if I can find a hotel anywhere in Europe for close to $100 a night. But the reality is most hotels are closer to $200 and up. So when you're on a low income budget, that is pretty tough to do. So I spent 2 nights in Bruges, great city, loved it there, very walkable. There's horse-drawn buggies on the cobblestone streets. So and I took a tour, a boat tour of the canals. So it was really cute. I really did enjoy my stay in Bruges. I would love to go back there again. So now what happens? I still have to get to Germany. You have to go through Germany just to get practically everywhere else in Central and Eastern Europe. So I book a train, or I decide to take a train that's going from Brussels to Cologne, Germany. And I spent 1 night in Cologne. Again, nice walkable town. And again, the train was about 45 minutes late getting into Cologne. It was about 20 minutes late leaving Brussels, as it were. So when you're going through, here's a little tip: if you have to go through Germany or change trains in Germany, make it just a one trip. Just go to one place in Germany and spend the night there, and then take your train the next day to wherever else you're going. And that way, if the train is late, you're not sitting here panicking about connections. As it was the following day, I had to take a train from Cologne, change trains in Berlin, and then I was going to Prague in the Czech Republic. Now, I had given myself an hour between trains, thinking that would be good enough, and the train is just delayed and delayed and delayed. But it was okay. When I got to Berlin, I still had 17 minutes to make my connecting train. So it was a good thing I gave myself about an hour. Now I got to Prague and I spent 2 nights there and I really liked it. Very walkable town, the old town, really cute. Um, I really enjoyed Prague. I would like to go back there one day, but I have to keep moving along. And my next destination is Budapest, Hungary. Who would have ever thought I'd go to Budapest? But I spent 1 night there, and then the following night I took the following day I took a train to another part of Hungary called Győr. Now it's spelled Győr. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I was pronouncing it Győr, but that put off a young couple I met on the train in total giggles, and they told me it's pronounced Győr. And I spent 3 nights there. It was a place called the Golden Ball Health and Fitness Club. And I kind of hesitated about booking there because I thought a health and fitness place with gyms and a pool and racquetball carts, that it would be kind of noisy. But it was so quiet. I had no qualms at all. They included as breakfast in the hotel, so I really enjoyed my stay there. The first night I went for a little walk, and there was a band concert going on. It was actually several bands, and they would come in and march and they play their tunes and they go off again. So I had a very nice time in Győr for the 3 nights that I was there. That might have been 1 night too many. From Győr, I went to Vienna, Vienna, Austria, and I spent 2 nights in Vienna. Now, one of the things that I was looking forward to most in Vienna was getting to see the Lipizzaner Stallions. Their evening show was way too expensive for me, about $200 for a ticket. But they also have practice sessions in the morning that they sell tickets to the public. So I had bought my advance ticket. It was around, it was less than $50 Canadian. Now I thought that it was going to be like a dress rehearsal for the evening performances, but no, it was not. Basically, the Lipizzaner Stallions came out. There was music playing. There was a bit of commentary, but they were just basically exercising the horses. So it's no different than going to your local riding stable and just sitting in a chair and overlooking the arena and watching the various riders put their horses through the paces. So nothing organized, nothing that would be show quality, but certainly teaching the horses to do that. So a bit of a letdown, but anyway, moving along. From Vienna, I headed south and I went to Slovenia. I went to a town called Patui. Yes, it sounds like you're spitting something up. Patui! It is spelled Ptuj. And I spent 2 nights there. It's an old medieval town. These old medieval towns in Slovenia, basically they just spent most of their time battling the people, the Turks and the Hungarians that were trying to, take over their territory. After 2 nights in Ptuj, I went to spent 1 night in another town called Maribor. And again, another medieval city, but it also has a very new part of town with a new shopping mall and nice little river walk there. Uh, and then the next day, I took a train from Maribor and I went to Linz, Austria. So I'm back in Austria again for 2 nights in the town called Linz. And again, very pretty town, very walkable. I came across another little concert that was going on outside. They have trams. I took a tram up to the top of a hill overlooking the city. Got some great shots from there. And then the next day, I had to catch a train from Linz to Frankfurt. And again, I'm going to Germany, but the train was straight through, no connections. I could have taken my chances and taken a train from Linz to Frankfurt or anywhere else in Germany that would require changing trains to go to back to Brussels. But like I say, I don't want to take my chances in Germany. So we got into Frankfurt about almost an hour late. But that was fine. Frankfurt was my last destination for the evening. So now I have to get myself from the main south train station to the main Hauptbahnhof station. And there was a train, like when I got off my train that came from Linz, right directly across from the same platform is a train that is going right to the next main train station. And so I hop on that. It leaves after a couple of minutes. The main train station is the next train station, so it should just take a couple of minutes to get there, you would think, but no, the train goes for a bit and then it stops. And it stops for about 15 minutes. And then it goes a little bit further, and then it stops again for about another 5 minutes or so. And then it finally gets its way into the main train station. From there, I just had a short walk to my hotel. So there I was in 1 night in Frankfurt, and I have to say Frankfurt was really the only place that I visited on my Eurail journey that I did not like. Then from Frankfurt, I caught a train back to Brussels, and then I spent the night there, and then I took a train back, the Eurostar back to London, and then on to my last destination, which leads me to where in the world am I? I am in Oxford. Yes, the big university town. Here I am in Oxford. Quite a magical place. And I am here house sitting 2 lovely senior dogs. So that's how I'm ending up the month of June. And stay tuned for next month in July and find out where in the world I will be at the end of July. So this is Cheryl from Lifestyle Digs. Thanks for watching about my journey, my big Eurail adventure this month. Bye for now.